Welcome to Take 5 with ActiveYards. I'm your host, Rob Swain, and today I've got Pete Fickinger with me.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm great.
Great. So today we're going to talk a little bit about aluminum fence, something a lot of people have a lot of questions about. So one of the most common questions I get is, what exactly can I order in job lot for aluminum?
That's a great question. So obviously we've changed a lot in the past couple of years simply because of the demand and adjusting to all the effects of the supply chain issues. But the most important thing for all the dealers and all the salespeople to understand is that we have 17 families of fence. So if you look at your brochure that you're using, hopefully if you're using this every day, you're covered. So 17 different families of fence, which are all our top sellers. And a little note of that, these are 80% of our revenue in 2019 from the dealer's demand. So these are the most popular styles. So inside of that, you have a mix of home and a mix of harbor. All 17 families can be ordered on demand throughout the month. So you can order 10 orders a day, 5 orders a day, 6 orders a day, job lot delivered to your door. You know, right now we're running 3 to 4 weeks on these orders. Obviously going into busy season, it might be a little bit wider. But you can't go wrong with using this edition you see behind me of the brochure with these 17 families.
So if it's not in that brochure, is there a possibility to get it?
Well, now you're opening up the door for the subscription plan. So the subscription plan is a little different. So everyone's familiar with the subscription plan. Most of our dealers participate in it, and some of our dealers don't have to worry about it because they have distributors that participate in it. So what is a subscription plan? It's buying truckloads of these 17 products as the primary inventory mover of their subscription plan. However, you can add to your subscription plan every month anything in black from the ActiveYards portfolio, from our legacy.
Okay.
So so at any point they can add 120 minimum.
Okay,
I'm sorry about that.
120.
Sorry.
That was going to be my question, but you answered it for me.
So yeah, so Rob, the minimum is 120. So for example, if you're in Boston and you like selling the Haven series, and you want to bring in some Haven series bedrock, then by all means, at any point you can just throw 120 Haven series bedrock on your subscription plan for next month.
Okay.
And the same thing with Jasper. You know, is it Jasper? Yeah, Jasper, the puppy picket. And if you don't have the demand for it, go to a wholesale distributor partner in the neighborhood and say, hey, I'd like to sell the Jasper. Could you please bring it in? And as long as they throw 120 on an order on their subscription, they'll get it in for next month.
Awesome. So what about gates? Is there anything special on gates that we need to know about?
Well, essentially, you know, all the gates are available for the 17 families of the Black Quick Ship. And then anytime you order on your subscription, you can order the normal gates that go with it, the 4 and the 5s. You also can order any width for the 17 families.
So even custom gates, we can order custom gates?
And custom gates. Anything that you need that matches that style. So in other words, you can't necessarily go, you know, back into the archives and try to find probably I can do an 18-foot travertine gate at this point. It might be difficult, you know, as far as the lead time.
Okay.
But pretty much anything you would need to fulfill an order for the 17 family program.
Awesome. So we've covered a lot of that so far. One of the other things that we get a lot of questions about is the colors. When can we see pewter and matte black coming back?
Well, the secret right now is that we actually do have a handful of distributors that are bringing in a little bit of pewter, primarily in the Granite 54 or the Granite 48. So we do have that floating around, so if anybody needs it, we can probably find it for you. I would look for pewter and matte black available in at least half of the 17 families at some point later this summer.
Okay, and who would be the best person to contact if they wanted to get in touch with a regional distributor?
Most important thing, you know, because of the way we're set up, is to work with your regional sales rep. The regional sales rep should have access to his distributing partners, and he'll be able to work that in. So it's kind of a win-win. So for example, if you're in Connecticut and you'd like to have access to job lots in something outside the 17 families, just go to the sales rep that covers Connecticut and then say, hey, look, could you please help me with this? Then he'll go to the wholesale partner that we have in New England or in Connecticut and say, hey, you know, this dealer would like to have access to job lots of this style. Would you please bring it in on your next truck? So it's as simple as that.
Awesome. Well, I think we've covered quite a few things today,
Yeah.
and I think that a lot of people are going to be really happy to hear some of these things. So that's going to end it for today's Take 5 with ActiveYards. Have a great day. This week's episode of Take 5 with ActiveYards is brought to you by the award-winning decorative screen panels made by Brett Outdoor Living. You can find out more at BrettOutdoorLiving.com.